What's up, guys? Hope you all are doing well. The 2023 Shaw Classic weekend has officially come to a close. And man, what a whirlwind of amazing performances, of emotions, both up and down and kind of all over the place. It was truly incredible. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported this weekend in one way, shape, or form or another. It was just special, and I feel like everybody that was there said it was special. Everybody that watched the live stream said it was special, and the feedback has been absolutely incredible. With that being said, that doesn't mean that we're not going to try to top it, and we're not going to try to continue to raise the bar. And that's definitely a goal of mine, a goal of Carrie's, a goal of our teams. But for everything that went into this weekend, for the way that it played out, I'm so happy, and I just have to say thank you first and foremost. So let's kind of jump into the contest. For me, overall, as you guys know, and if you followed along with the weekly videos that we did, you knew that I was very focused and very driven and hungry with my training into the contest, and I wanted to put on a great performance, especially with it being my last professional contest. I wanted to bring everything that I possibly could. So I approached every training week, every training session with that intent and with that purpose, and really pushed myself as far as I possibly could going into this contest. And I really wanted that to show up at the contest. I feel like I was able to bring that to life and execute on my game plan going into the event, and that was special. It made the weekend very, very special. Starting off the contest with a log press, I think it was a blessing actually in training for me. My last two heavy training days didn't quite go to plan the way that I had wanted, and I had every intent going into this contest to go after the bigger log, the 440, the 200 kilo log, and I was kind of shown in my training that I was able to rep out, the 410, 186 kilo log just fine, and every time I tried to go up, something just didn't quite go right, and so I said, you know what? Maybe this is the writing on the wall, and I need to go in and just go after reps on the 410, and that's exactly what I did, and was able to get 2 reps, faster than anybody else, and was able to basically win that second log, which put me into 4th place in this contest. Obviously, standout performances here were Trey Mitchell, Bobby Thompson, and Mitch Hooper on the big log, all getting 2 big reps, which was huge for them. So I started the contest with good points on the board. That's what I wanted to do in the log event, and then moving on to the wheelbarrow loading medley into the arm over arm. I knew this would be a super challenging event. I wanted it to be, heavy on the grip and tough to finish overall, and it proved to be, just that. Moving through it, I felt like I moved pretty well. With the bag, certainly could have been a little bit quicker, and definitely could have been quicker, going into the arm over arm, and been able to finish that a little bit faster. But still, overall, put good points up on the board in this event, which was huge, and what I needed to do going into the car leg press. So, the car leg press played out differently this year. We saw a lot more reps overall, and I feel like the guys probably got comfortable with the event, maybe trained a little bit differently this year going in overall, but I did not expect that the reps would be as high as they were in the contest, and I really had to dig deep. I thought it would be double digits, round 10 would probably end up winning that contest and that event, at least in the contest, but it ended up being 14, and I had to dig deep to get those 14 reps. I still feel like I probably had at least, 1 or 2 in the tank, which is a great feeling overall with that event. But that was big points for me with the car leg press to come out with the win there. and then finishing up day one on the Atlas stones, which is not typical. You know, stones a lot of times finish most strongman contests, and putting them at the end of day one, I felt like everybody went out there and obviously went hard on it, because things definitely were not decided. Everything was still to play. And, you know, Tom Stoltman put up a huge stone run there, and, you know, won it overall. And then I came in second with Mitch Hooper right behind me. So end of day one, it was, you know, basically Mitch Hooper and I were pretty much tied. I think he had me by half a point going into day two. And I was really, really happy about that, you know, and knew that that I would have a big day two going in. But I felt like I executed well on day one. Going into day two, my mindset really was perform on the deadlift and start the day that way, and then we were going to roll from there. So, you know, coming into the deadlift this year, overall, well, I guess the past couple years, I've really put a lot of, you know, training into the deadlift and building that back up to a good place. And, you know, I think overall my competitive year this year, I've showed that my deadlift was in a much better spot, and that gave me a lot of confidence going into and through this prep. And I wanted to put that on display. I mean, I really wanted to have a good performance on the deadlift. I knew it would be a little bit tougher, being that it was day two this year instead of day one like last year. And you'll be tired, especially from the car leg press overall. You know, everybody was in the same boat. So I knew that, you know, the weights might be a little bit down overall, but I knew that the, you know, the fourth tire going on, the 1,050 pull was going to be the number that I needed without a doubt to pull in this contest to put myself in a good spot. And then anything else from there was going to be great. But walking out to that 1050, I just felt like it was there. I felt like the energy was in the building, as it was all weekend. And I feel like that really, you know, pushed me over the top with that lift. And I was able to get that done. And it landed me in a you know, multiple way tie for second place. Tom Stoltman came out and did pull the next weight, which was 1,100 pounds. Huge pull for him. And he was able to gain back, you know, a lot of points in the contest by executing and getting that done overall. So that was amazing. It was a great moment in the contest for Tom to be able to do that. But with my fight, I knew I had done what I needed to do in the deadlift, and I was able to execute there. So we moved on to the standing chest press, which was obviously a new event, big build. A lot went into that, as you guys all saw going into the contest, and I feel like it played out really, really well. The feedback has been amazing. I think so many people enjoyed that event, and you know, kind of what it brought to the contest, which is huge. I mean, it's huge to get that feedback, and at the end of the day, you know, you got put in that spot, you got locked in, and you just had to give it everything that you possibly could. So, you know, I walked out knowing that Thomas Evans had stepped up and done all of the barrels. He completed all 8 reps. So I knew I needed to not only do that, but at least get one more rep up on the board to go ahead of him and you know, hopefully be able to separate my points a little bit more. I was able to do just that in that moment and put 9 up, and God, it felt so good. And the energy was just there. And, you know, Tom was coming out after me, so I didn't know exactly how he was going to do on the event. And I figured, you know what, we're just going to push it. We're going to go for 10 here and put 2 reps above the full 8 barrels. And I went for that 10th rep and ended up, you know, tearing my chest a little bit. I felt it right off of the bottom of the lift and just stopped at that moment. So, you know, it was something that was at that time certainly very highly concerning to me, because, you know, in the moment you don't know how bad the tear is, and I was able to come back, you know, start getting a little bit of treatment, get it kind of worked out, because it did tighten up very, very quickly on me. And the next event was bag toss, which you have to have a full extension above your head to be able to throw the bags. So I was trying to keep it loose. I was trying to get it treated, keep it stretched out the best that I possibly could. But it was concerning to me going into the bag toss event, how it was going to feel. And, with the bags that we have in the contest, they're heavy, they're hard, and it does take a, maximal explosive, kind of triple extension to get those bags moving. And I would say that I was probably a little bit more tentative with the bag toss, knowing that this was going on, than what I had done in training. But I was able to go out, and finish all of the bags. I missed, the last one and had to rethrow that, but it was good enough for a top 3 performance on the bag toss, which again helped me overall with the points going into the last event. So I had a 6-point lead there. And the next concern then was finger fingers, with this being torn up a little bit. So, I flipped the finger in the back to warm up, because we had a finger back there for warm up. I flipped that a couple times and just needed to build a little bit of confidence with that. And then, I went over and did a couple extra warm ups on the power stair implements as well, just to make sure that I knew how it was going to feel, and I knew that I couldn't get outside of my body too much, with my arm. And I knew going in what I had to do in order to win the contest overall. And when I walked out, I knew without a doubt if I finished all of the power stairs, just finished the event, that would give me the win 100%. And I knew from there that there was a chance, based on the last implement at 600 pounds, that if I didn't finish that I would still be able to win. But, my intent 100% was to go out and just execute and finish that event. I took the fingers a little bit slower, a little bit more cautious, just with a slight injury, and I was able to finish both of those. Jumping into the power stairs, the very first implement, I felt, something in kind of the left side of my lower back, whatever that was on the first lift. And I said to myself, there is literally no way that I'm stopping, 0 chance. If I'm hurt really bad, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to do one stair at a time and keep going up. And I definitely didn't do the power stairs as easily as I would have thought, but it was such a surreal moment because, Mitch was at the top and he was cheering me on, which was awesome. And then all the other competitors, kind of started coming out and cheering me on as well. And then the crowd obviously is going crazy. So, there was, like I said, there was no way that I was going to stop in that moment. And getting that last power stair implement up to the top, putting it on, it was just special. It was just special in so many different ways. And, to be able to go out with finishing on top, and to officially win the Strongest Man on Earth title, it was, I don't really have words. I don't really have words, to finish my career that way and to kind of put the cherry on top, so to speak, and be able to finish a contest like this with the level of competitors here, after the length of my career and how long I've been involved in the sport was a storybook ending. And there's really no other way to say that. And I was able to finish that. I didn't know at that moment that Matt Eisman was going to come up and give me the microphone, and I was able to speak to the crowd and kind of give a speech that just kind of came to me in the moment, and it was awesome. It was just awesome, and I think that that's really the only word that I can use to describe that. So going into the prize breakdown, I want to tell you guys about this because I'm super excited about what we were able to do with everybody's support. So first of all, before we get to that, I want to thank all of our sponsors You guys come in, you sponsor the event, you help us out so much. And I'm just going to go down the list and read out all the sponsors now. So Rogue Fitness, Celsius, Full Strength AI, Weisberg Wealth Management, Shield 616, Trifecta, Laborjack, Evolution Athletics, Undefined Nutrition, Red Iron. Man, Red Iron was awesome with the equipment builds. I can't say enough about them. Barefoot Shoes, Shields of Johnstown, Real Life Wonders, T-Rex Tape, Bear Post, and Wagner Cat for helping us out with a trailer to move all of the equipment to and from the venue was really, really huge. And I haven't talked about it much, but we did run a open competition for both men and women this year again at the Shaw Classic. And you know, from what I have heard, I didn't get to watch the contest in person, but from what I have heard in the feedback was the level of competition there was incredible. So I want to thank all of those competitors for being a part of it. On the women's side, we had in third place Melissa Peacock, second place Sam Beliveau, first place Olga Lyashuk. And Olga, you know, won that competition, did a great job. All the women did a phenomenal job. So congratulations to those winners. On the men's side, we had in third place Joey Lavelle, in second place Wes Derwinski, and in first place Austin Andre. And hopefully I said your name right, brother, but congratulations. And Austin, by winning the open competition, got his direct spot to the 2024 Strongest Man on Earth competition at the Shaw Classic. So he's got to be ecstatic, and you know, that's such a huge opportunity for him. On the grip side of things, I want to mention real quick that David Lab was able to win first place in both of the grip events, so congratulations to him. And then on the arm wrestling side, we had Nick Stone winning, and we had Shane Owens winning. So congratulations to both of them, and really appreciate their effort for the arm wrestling competition. Now, let's get into the placings and the prize money official breakdown for the Strongest Man on Earth competition at the Shaw Classic. Really, really pleased about this, as the total prize money that we are giving away for this contest came to $251,932. So that is just behind what the Rogue Invitational gave away in 2022. I believe the Rogue Invitational was giving away more in 2023, but to even come close to that with this contest is absolutely huge. B just wanted to say hi there, but really, really, really proud of that, and I can't thank all of you enough, you know, for your support, for everybody that bought a ticket, for everybody that you know, purchased the pay-per-view live stream. That is exactly how we're able to do that. So prize money breakdown, like I said, my money goes back to the competitors. So I feel like the best way to do this is probably to say what my prize money was, and then I will say in the breakdown, as far as the places go, what the competitors would have got, and then what I've added back into the mix as well. So my prize money would have been $95,983 for winning first place. That's all going back in. So a small part of it went to the open competitors, both on the men's side and women's side, and then from there we put it back in for each competitor, and then split it evenly for all the other competitors in this contest. So basically the way it broke down is each one of the guys is getting $6,691 from my prize money. So that's evenly split all the way down, and that's added to their total prize money. So in 14th place, Adam Bishop would have received $1,512, will be receiving $8,203. 13th place, Luke Stoltman would have received $2,268, will be receiving $8,959. In 12th place, Avar Smoxtelis would have got $3,276, will be receiving $9,967. In 11th place, Gavin Bilton would have received 5,291, will be receiving 11,982. In 10th place, Alexei Novikov would have received 6,299, will be receiving 12,990. In 9th place, Kevin Fairs would have received 7,306, will now be receiving 13,997. In 8th place, Maxime Boudreau would have received 8,314, will now be receiving 15,005. In 7th place, Bobby Thompson would have received 9,322, will now be receiving 16,013. In 6th place, Thomas Evans would have received 10,329, will now be receiving 17,020. In 5th place, Trey Mitchell would have received 12,849, will now be receiving 19,540. In 4th place, Evan Singleton would have received 18,139, will now be receiving 24,830. In 3rd place, Tom Stoltman would have received 27,964, will now be receiving 34,655. And in 2nd place, Mitch Hooper would have received 43,080, will now be receiving 49,771. So that is really, really amazing, and I'm so, like I said, incredibly proud to be able to do that. You know, to be able to raise this contest to that level, to be able to give that amount of prize money in our 4th year is simply incredible. And like I said, we are, you know, just behind the Rogue Invitational and right at the top of strongman payouts across the board.
Our goal is to get people to fall in love with the gym so that they're healthier, they're more satisfied in their life, they're less depressed. How do we achieve that? We have to create a technology based on the highest performers in the world.
I think it's cool. You know, any more science we can take into strongman, I think that's part of the improvements that we can make. So we're analysing how our bodies move, really getting an in-depth look at how we're pulling, how we're deadlifting. I think that will really help.
The idea is, how do we turn fitness into more of a data-driven endeavor for the average weekend warrior?
With this contest, and like I said, with your support of the live stream, of the, you know, the ticket sales in person, you know, all of that stuff that goes into what builds up our prize money, we simply wouldn't be able to do it without all of that. And you know, to be able to give back to these incredible athletes, it's just wonderful, really, and it makes me so happy to be able to do that, because at the end of the day, none of this is possible without the athletes putting on a performance. Nobody will sit in the seats. Nobody will buy the live stream unless the athletes are performing. I know that. I have put that out there and said that, you know, as a statement multiple different times, you know, because it is hard and it is work. And, you know, the important part of this is their performance, and being able to give back to all these competitors is something that is so important to me. And you know, it's going to keep growing, and I really feel like, you know, with this, we still are just scratching the surface of what is possible. And so, you know, with that mindset, growth can definitely happen and will happen, and we're going to continue to raise the bar. We're going to continue to push things forward, and you know, my goal is to run the best strongman contest that I possibly can, bar none. And you know, the standard is high. I'm going to continue to set the standard. We will continue to set the standard, and that is my expectation level. But you know, overall, wow, just wow. The amazing things that happened, you know, this past weekend. You know, I just can't say enough. And for everybody else that was involved, that helped to make this event possible, from, you know, the MCs, the commentators, you know, the equipment crew, you know, everybody that helped with treatment, you know, everybody that helped with the expo. Gosh, you know, it takes an entire village. It takes an entire team to make something like this possible. And myself, Carrie, we are so thankful. We're so thankful for our team that support us and work so incredibly hard to get us there, to get us to the finish line, and then everybody else that comes in to the event that works so hard to make this special. It's just something that wouldn't be possible, and I need to acknowledge all of those people, thank all of those people. It's just been a very, very special ride. So, it's something that will continue to grow, and with everybody's support, it will continue to grow, and we will continue to raise the bar. So I think we're going to cut it off there. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Your support, your comments, everything. I wish that I could get back to everything. It has been completely overwhelming to me, and the amount of love that you showed to me is just it's overwhelming. So I can't thank you all enough. Let's keep this ride going. Let's keep having fun, and we'll see where things go in the future. Hope you all are doing amazing. For now, go out and be great, and we'll check you guys later.